Hi everyone, this is Lynn with the Li's Family Kitchen. Today I am going to make my mom's chicken stir fry with string beans. It's a dish that she made for me when I was living in China, and it's a regular meal on our dinner table. It's fast, easy, and delicious, and it's nutritious. A great meal that you can make any day of the week for your family. We're going to start with boiling a pot of water to blanch the green beans. To save time, let's prep the chicken and the green beans while the water is coming to a boil. What I have here is a chicken breast. It's about 8 ounces. And you can also substitute with chicken thigh if you want. We're going to try to cut this into strips. So there's a little bit of fat here. I'm going to remove that. And then I want this to be in this about the same size as the string beans. So to do that, I'm going to cut this in half like this, and then cut it into smaller strips like that. That's about a 1/4 of an inch thick. Next, we're going to marinate the chicken so that the chicken breast will be tender and succulent. For that, we're going to need 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1/8 of a teaspoon each of salt and white pepper, and then also 1 teaspoon of rice wine. I'm using a very mild flavored white rice wine. It's not Shaoxing rice wine. Shaoxing rice wine has a very distinct flavor. So if you don't like the Shaoxing rice wine flavor and you don't have any other rice wine on hand, you can just use water. So we're going to put all the ingredients into the chicken, and then just massage it and make sure that it's mixed up very evenly. Once the chicken is evenly mixed up, we're going to add about 1 teaspoon of oil. You can use any kind of cooking oil here. And then just gently mix it up evenly. This will help prevent the chicken breast from clumping together and sticking together when you cook it. Next, let's prep the green beans. What I have here is about 12 ounces of green beans that have not been cleaned or trimmed yet. What my mom would traditionally do is that she would trim the ends, pick up the ends by hand, one by one, and then break it off in the middle. So you get like about 2 to 3 inches long pieces. If it's longer or smaller or shorter, it's totally fine. So like this is about 3 inches, that's perfectly fine. These green beans are a little bit more fully grown. You can tell by the color of it because it is more like a yellowish green instead of bright green. If it is young, it will be bright green. So when the green bean is kind of like this, a more fully grown and yellowish green, you may want to cook it a little bit longer because it would take a little bit longer to become tender. Let me show you a more efficient way of prepping the green beans, because I am not going to pick each one of those one by one like my mom did. I don't have that patience. So here's the fast way to do it. Grab a bunch of these and then put on the chopping board, line them up with your knife, one end, line them all up, and then cut. And then the other end, line it up again with your knife, and then cut. And then do a cut in the middle, and you're done. Once the green beans are cut, we're going to give it a quick rinse. Next, we're going to make the sauce, my magic all-purpose stir-fry sauce again. For that, we're going to need 4 teaspoons of regular soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce, 2 teaspoons of water, half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and half a teaspoon of sesame oil. To make the sauce, we're going to put all the ingredients in the small bowl and mix it all up. Once the water is boiling, add salt into the water. For this amount of water, I have added about half a teaspoon of salt because we're only going to be blanching the green beans for a very short period of time. So the water needs to be a little bit more salty so the green beans can absorb the flavor of the salt within that short period of time. I'm going to add the green beans into the water. Make sure all the green beans are submerged and then bring this to a boil. This only took about 3 minutes to bring to a boil. I am cooking this for just a slightly bit longer after it's boiling because, as I mentioned earlier, these beans are fully grown, so they need a little bit more time to be tender. That's all done. Before we start cooking, we're also going to need 1 teaspoon of finely minced garlic and half a teaspoon of finely minced ginger. Now it's time to wok. With the wok smoking on high heat, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Swirl it around, make sure it's evenly coating the bottom and the lower sides of the wok. Give the chicken a quick stir with your spatula and then place it into the wok. Break it up with your spatula. Until it is 90-95% done. Wash the wok and return it back to the stove on medium-high heat. And into the wok, we're only going to add a little bit of oil and then stir in the ginger and the garlic. Work fast so the ginger and garlic don't burn. We'll add the green beans. Add the chicken. Stir-fry sauce, give it a quick stir, and then add the sauce around the oil. And it's done. There you have it, easy and delicious chicken stir fry with string beans. This looks so good, let's give it a try. Oh, that's a big piece of chicken. Look at that. The chicken is very tender and succulent because of the marinade, which is great because chicken breast can be dry and tough if it is not prepared properly. Let's taste the green beans. They look really tender. Exactly the way I want it because there's still a nice crunch to it, but it's very tender at the same time. And you can taste the sweetness of the beans because the blanching process removes some of the bitterness flavor from the beans. This is great. The whole dish picks up the flavor from the stir-fry sauce, and it's a very balanced, appetizing, and delicious dish. I can eat this any day of the week with a bowl of rice. This dish has brought back so much memories from my childhood in China. When I was growing up, cleaning and prepping green beans was a social activity. Like around 4 p.m. every day, all of the moms from the neighborhood would gather around and clean vegetables and prep the vegetables for dinner. And I would sometimes help my mom, pick the green beans one by one, like the way that she wanted. Yeah, that's really cool. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you like this dish. Please feel free to leave me questions, feedback, and comments. And if you like this video, please click like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.